Awesome. All right, so just be sure to take a quick look at our disclaimer. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So we'll go ahead and start standing today. Just a little bit of flowy, stretchy stuff. And then most of class will actually be on the floor today. So very restorative. If you're feeling really sore or really tight from anything, today will be the perfect sunrise stretch for you. As a reminder, I'm Katie, and thank you so much for being here. So go ahead and start literally anywhere that you have some space. You can kick off your socks and shoes if you haven't done so already. Feet are grounded into the floor. We have a soft bend in the knees. Take those shoulders up, back, and down. Knees are soft. Eyes open or closed. And before we do anything, I just want you to take 3 deep breaths here, in through the nose. And exhale, breathe out through your mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles. Perfect. Do that 2 more times. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Perfect. And 1 more time. Awesome. Go ahead, try to keep your face and your jaw, your shoulders relaxed. Go ahead and flutter those eyes open. Feet can come about hip width apart. Remember to keep those knees nice and soft. We'll inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, reaching through those fingertips. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders. Make whatever noises you need to here. Good, stay up as high as you need to. And go ahead, kind of walk out those knees. So we're gonna bend one knee at a time. If it's more comfortable to come up a little bit higher, you can place your hands on your thigh. Good, of whatever knee that's bending. So go ahead, just alternating, bending one knee at a time, straightening the other leg. You'll feel a nice juicy stretch through that straight leg. Good, shoulders are relaxed. Good, bend both knees for me. As you exhale, see if you can straighten them up a little bit more than before. Perfect, and inhale, find your half lift. So hands are gonna come to the tops of your shins or your thighs. Really lengthening through that spine. Think of lifting through your tailbone to really flatten out that back. And as you exhale, we'll go ahead, round it over. Bend your knees right away. We're gonna step back into that high plank with the hands under the shoulders. And then knees or toes, you can take that chaturanga if you'd like. So we'll lower down, chest to floor, hug the elbows in. Inhale, sweep your chest through your arms. Curl the toes under. Exhale, up and back, down dog. And now let's pedal out the heels. So still bending one knee at a time. This time we're just driving the opposite heel down. And as a friendly reminder, if that chaturanga is not doing anything for you, taking that high to low swoop, you can always just head back into downward dog. That's probably what I'll do for the rest of class. Good, spread out your fingers, try to press evenly into those hands. I know the first downward dog of the day can always just feel a little rough around the edges, and that's okay. Kind of easing into it here, breathing in, settling in. Let's press both heels down. Perfect. Now bend your knees. Go ahead, walk your feet back up to your hands. We'll take that half lift again when you get there. So hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, release, and let's slowly roll that up to standing. Good, your head will always come up last. Make sure you don't get dizzy. Open up that chest, stand up tall, and let's do that same exact thing one more time. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Good, come up as high as you want. We're gonna bend one knee at a time. So working through your hamstrings, your low back here. Perfect. Reminder, if you are taking your hands up to that thigh, make sure it's actually on your thigh, not your knee. We just don't want to press down on that kneecap. Good. Go ahead and bend both knees. Exhale, try to straighten them up. On your next inhale, half lift. Hold it there just for a moment. Feel those hamstrings say hello. And exhale, release. Bend the knees, step or hop it back to that plank. Chaturanga, if you'd like, high to low, breathing through, and everyone will meet up and back in that down dog. Good. When you get there, pedaling out those heels. Perfect. Drive both heels down. Quick little flowy sequence for us. Go ahead, inhale, kick that right leg up and back for me, single leg dog. We're not here for long. We're gonna bend the knee right away and then sweep that right foot forward, planting the heel down. Your back heel stays up for now. Separate the feet a little bit more if you want to, so you can kick that left leg out to the left a little bit more for balance. And then come on up, find that high lunge, right knee on top of the right ankle. Good. Right away, that left hip flexor is going to start talking to you. That's okay. We take a deep breath into it. And then we exhale, open this up into warrior two. So back foot turns out a little bit wider. We'll plant that heel down. So right toes are forward, left toes are straight out. Gazing over those right fingertips. Perfect. Go ahead, flip that right palm over. Exhale, we're gonna reach up and back again. A nice big stretch through your side. Left hand can just rest on that left leg. Inhale. And exhale, windmill the hands down to the floor. Your back heel can rotate back up. Hands are on the inside of that right foot now. Inhale with me. Exhale, step back to that down dog, shake it out. If you need to take a moment for your wrists, you can always just come down to your knees, give them a quick stretch, a quick shake, whatever you need, jump back in when you're ready. Good, so we're settling back into that down dog. And we'll take the left side. So when you are ready, we'll inhale up that left leg, single leg dog. Bend the knee. And sweep that left foot through. Make sure you plant the heel, knee right above that ankle. Back heel stays lifted. Come on up. Find that high lunge or that crescent lunge. So back heel is still up, hips are square. We're tucking that tailbone right underneath us. Good, breathing into that right hip flexor this time. Take a moment. Notice how you're doing, how you're feeling. Good, might be a little shaky here, that's okay. We inhale. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. So right foot turns out, plant the heel. Sink back into that left leg, big bend in that knee. Reminder, knee in line with the middle of your foot. So if it's hovering toward that big toe or your pinky, try to think of pressing it the opposite direction to line it up in the middle. That normally does the trick. Perfect. Nice and strong. Let's flip that front palm over. Exhale, reverse warrior. We reach up and over. Front knee still in the same place. Right hand resting on the back of the right leg. Inhale. And exhale, windmill the hands to the floor. Back heel rotates up. Sink into that low lunge just for a breath or two. And then go ahead, find that downward dog again. And pedal it out. It's hopefully a little bit warmer than we were a few minutes ago. Perfect. Press both heels down. Really lengthen those hips up and back. Tuck your chin, biceps next to those ears. Good. Deep inhale. Exhale, we're going to lower the knees all the way down to the mat. And from here, hands are going to find their way under your shoulders. So wrists directly below your shoulders, knees directly below your hips. And let's move through your back a little bit. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, I want you to sweep your hips over toward the right side of the room and then look back for that tailbone. So you're making like a nice big C with your spine. Good. Shoulders drop down. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the hips over to the left. Drop the shoulders, look back for that tailbone. Good, so here you get some neck and shoulder and then a lot of spine. Let's exhale, sweep it back to the right, same thing. See if you can look back a little bit more. Next exhale, sweep it back to the left, last time. Perfect, and meet me in the middle, neutral spine. Inhale together. Exhale, cat and cow. Let's round the back, tuck the chin. Think of pressing the floor away from you. When you're ready to inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, look up toward the ceiling. Good, try that again. Inhale, big round in the back. Try to exaggerate every single movement here. Inhale, arch, look up. We'll do one more of each. Perfect, and find that neutral spine. So gently tucking the hips forward. Let's go ahead and crisscross at the wrist, nice and easy. So make that exit your forearms. Hands rotate out to the sides and then they slide out toward either side of the room as we lower the forehead toward the mat. From here, we try to press the palms into the floor, drop your biceps away from your chin, and try to keep this even. You might have one side or maybe that front side is kind of trying to take over here. Just try to even it out as much as you need to. Another option, come up higher and really try to square off those shoulders to the mat. Good, carefully come back up so we can switch it. Take the opposite arm in front. Exhale, slide those hands out, either side of the room. Shoulders press down your back, palms press down into the floor. Try to even everything out. Good, reach a little bit more if you can. So opening up your upper back and shoulders here. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Carefully release that. Come on out. And let's have a seat. So from here, I want you to meet me in your butterfly position. Soles of the feet come together. You can hold on to your feet or your ankles here. Just make sure you're not death gripping them. So up as tall as you can. Inhale. And exhale, hinging forward at that hip. We're kind of pressing the knees down with the elbows. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink in a little bit deeper. And really try to focus on lengthening out your spine. Good, so I care more about the length in your spine than I do how far you're hinged forward. Typically, the more we hinge forward, the more we start to round. You're gonna get a lot more out of this at your back and your hips if you keep that back flat. Perfect, carefully bring it back up, sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna kick both legs out in front of us from here, grounding your sits bones into the floor. So those bones like right in the middle of your booty, think of grounding those straight into the floor. Sit up as tall as you can. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach out for your toes. And we're gonna move through this a few times. So carefully inhale, come right back up. Reach the arms up high. Exhale, reach it out. Perfect. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, reach out a little bit more. Good. And one more time. Inhale up. Exhale out this time. Hold it. Good. Now challenge. See if you can flex your feet. So toes straight up to the ceiling. See if you can lift those heels up off the floor to get a little bit deeper into your calf muscles. Perfect. Relax your shoulders. And just breathe here into the backs of your legs. Perfect. Carefully release that. Just kind of adding on to that, I want you to pull your left foot in towards your inner thigh. So big bend in that knee. Right leg is still forward. We're going to inhale up again. Flex that front foot. Exhale, reach out for it. This time, we're trying to press that left knee down while we're lengthening out those hamstrings. So here we're just kind of combining the last 2 stretches, that butterfly and our hamstring stretch. Good. Trying our best to straighten out that right leg. Perfect. And carefully release that. From here, kind of weird, do your best. We're going to take that left leg. I want you to try and send it behind you. So bend the knee. We're going to try to sweep it back behind us. So take it as wide or as narrow as you need to, whatever is going to be more comfortable on your knee. If you need to keep it like a little bit straighter, do what you got to do. It's not a big deal. From here, we're just going to reach back and kind of lean back until you feel that quad open up. And again, if your knee is screaming at you, change it. Change the angle. It's not a big deal. So we're just reaching back behind us. If you need more, you can lower down onto those forearms. You can also reach that left arm up toward the ceiling. Perfect. And again, really exaggerating that reach, kind of pressing up through that left hip. Perfect. Shoulders relaxed, face relaxed. Good. Carefully lower that hand down if you have it up. Plant that palm on the floor so you can press yourself back up. And let's do all that on the other side. So swing that left leg back around. And we're going to start by pulling that right foot to the inner thigh of the left leg. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Left toes are flexed straight up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, take it out toward those toes. So pressing that right knee down, sending the left toes straight up, trying to kind of square off those hips. So make sure you're not opening out to the side or anything like that. Everything just straight ahead. Good. Exhale, sink in a little bit deeper. Doing great. Keep breathing. Good. See if you can flex that foot a little bit more. Good. And carefully roll that up. Okay. Right knee. Bend it. Plant that foot. Now let's try to swing it back behind us somewhere. Maybe it's more off to the side. Again, not a big deal. Sitting up tall, let's reach those arms back behind us. And maybe you already feel this enough in your quadricep. Stay here. If you want more, you can lean it back. You can reach the arm up here, lower down to those forearms. Reach that right arm up here, whatever feels best for you, and just breathe. Breathe into that right hip. Good. Keep the shoulders away from your face. Wherever you are, think of pressing that right hip up. Making sure you're not sinking into that left shoulder. Perfect. And carefully release that. So plant one palm on the floor. Press yourself back up. Very nice. Okay, from here, we're going to lower down onto our backs. So hug behind those hamstrings. Give me a big round in your spine, and we'll roll all the way down, flat on your back. And when you get there, just take a little rock side to side for me. Kind of loosen everything back up. Looking straight up at the ceiling. Perfect. Okay, go ahead, plant both feet on the floor. Keep your knees bent. Let's reach the arms out to the sides. And I want you to straighten your left leg. From here, we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. And then we're going to rotate up and over, taking that right knee up and over the left leg. Good, a little pretzel to wake you up this morning. Good, and then that opposite arm, I want you to think of pressing that shoulder blade down into the floor. You should feel a nice opening through your chest and your pecs here. You can look over that hand if you want. Good, and carefully bring this back to the center. Let's switch that out. So opposite knee bends. Good, arms reach out just to kind of reset everything. And I'll take that right hand outside the left leg, up and over. Ooh, nice big twist, and then kind of reset everything. So try to get your chest parallel to the ceiling. Hi, buddy. Pressing that left shoulder blade down into the floor, right hand gently pressing on that bent knee. You can look over that left hand if you want. My dog is just standing on my head right now. Very relaxing stuff, right? Good, breathe into that twist. Perfect, and carefully, let's bring that back to the center. You can bend both knees to start. Let's hug that right knee into the chest, flex the foot. And I want you to give me a couple of circles with your ankle here. If it feels okay on your low back, go ahead, straighten that left leg out to the floor. Good, right foot circles the opposite direction. Nice, and just one more quick stretch here for that hamstring. Let's straighten the right leg up to the ceiling for one breath in. And exhale, bend that knee. Let's switch that out. So left knee is going to come in, right leg can be bent or straight. Give me 3 or 4 circles, one direction with that ankle. Good, and the other. Perfect. Hug that knee in on an exhale. Straighten that left leg up toward the ceiling. Awesome, and carefully release that. Bend both knees for me. Take a deep breath here. Perfect. And let's carefully roll over onto one side. Use your arms to press yourself up to a seated position. Just comfortable wherever, legs can go wherever. Sit up nice and tall. From here, go ahead and close your eyes. If you want to keep them open, that's fine too. Sitting up nice and tall. I want you to take your right hand, reach it behind your back for me toward your left hip. Good, now we're going to take that left hand, hold your right hand, and think of kind of pulling it over toward the left side of the room. I'm pretty sure that I said all of that right. Good, so if you need to take a look, take a look. So we're just kind of pulling those hands. Now I want you to drop your head over toward those hands. Good, so nice little neck stretch here for you. You can keep pulling on that hand. Good, release that. We'll take it to the other side. Left arm sweeps behind your back toward the right hip. Right hand holds on to it. We give it a little pull. And then your head will drop over toward your right, over toward those hands. Perfect. Release the hands. They can rest on your thighs. Head comes back to the center. Sit up a little bit taller for me. You can flutter those eyes open. We'll take one more breath together here today. Inhale those arms up. And exhale your hands to your heart center. You guys are all done. Thank you so much for stretching with me this morning. Namaste. See you next time.